It's no surprise that the history of music is as old as humanity itself. Archaeologists have found primitive flutes made of bone and ivory dating back as far as 43,000 years. Now, most ancient cultures had systems of writing music down, but most of them are lost. However, did you know that the earliest surviving written piece of music dates back to the 14th century BC?
Let's take a look. This song is titled Hurrian Hymn Number 6. It was written on clay tablets and excavated in the 1950s from ruins in Syria. Along with a near complete set of musical notations, it also included specific instructions for how to play the song on a type of 9-stringed lyre.
Music notation has certainly evolved since then. It's the product of centuries of innovation and refinement. Our modern day music notation derives from neumes, which is a European system from the medieval era. Neumes were most common in the church, where monks would use them to write down and recall chants. Around the 11th century, an Italian monk named Guido d'Arezzo developed a notation system from these pneumatic practices that eventually evolved into the system we use today.
Here is an example. As you can see, this is pretty difficult to read. In medieval times, if you were learning a chant, you would get some parchment paper with the words, and above those words you would see neumes, or little symbols, that would slide up or down, or maybe twist and turn. This was your sheet music. Neumes wouldn't tell you which note to sing, they would simply indicate the contour of the melody. If a line rose above a word, you would raise the pitch. During his visits to monasteries, Guido observed just how badly young singers were struggling to learn chants. So, he thought of a tool that would allow someone to sing along, even if they had never heard the music before: the staff. It had 4 lines instead of the 5 we use today. One of these lines was marked with a key indicator, which indicated its fixed pitch position. And sometimes 2 of these staff lines would be colored, yellow for C and red for F, so students could better detect the level of the pitch. Pitches written on a staff are much easier to read, but one important piece of information is missing. How long do we hold the notes? This is where mensural notation comes in. A mensural sign, located at the start of a piece, indicated how the notes behaved in relationship to one another, like a modern-day time signature. Around the 17th century, instrumental music came to dominate the scene, so notation needed to be developed and refined even further. Over time, bar lines, stylized clefs, dynamic markings, ties, and slurs all began to appear, giving us the sheet music we're used to seeing today.
If you would like to learn more, I invite you to my weekly Zoom class where we will be discussing all things musical, from how to sight read, fun historical facts, to different genres and styles of music. This class is open to any congregant, whether you are a musician or just appreciate music and would like to learn more. This class is interactive, so feel free to bring your questions to the table and we'll discuss these topics. Thanks, and I look forward to seeing you.